Welcome to Dice, Nerds, and Nagas, coming at you from beautiful Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Dice, Nerds, and Nagas, the least helpful cooking channel on YouTube. Happy to start our new season of adventures.
Yay!
And just to recap for people that, for some reason, want to start in the middle of the third season, our heroes have been traveling in their flying castle across the Sword Coast region, finally touching down in the great city of Waterdeep, the City of Splendors. There has been an early blizzard that has hit, and they are taking shelter with the Wizards College, who wishes to kind of pick their brains and find out what you know about this destructive cycle that is rearing its head once again. So the world is kind of on the edge of destruction, and people are still trying to figure out how to stop it, why is this happening, and so that is why you are with the Wizards right now. You work together, you got a powerful artifact, the Crown of Kings, the Crown of Kingly Wisdom, and so they need to study it and trade stories and research, as wizards love to do in the face of danger. But as it stands, you are just entering the area of Waterdeep in your castle. A blizzard rages outside, but looking down at the farmlands, they still seem green and verdant. The city itself is covered in snow, but the surrounding countryside is unaffected. Oddly enough, the snow melts before it even reaches the ground.
Interesting.
Magic.
I think so. What's the deal with that, Elvira? I mean, are there a couple of Druid enclaves around here or something?
Sitting, on the observation deck, watching, the countryside pass by, Elvira says, "No, that's the work of the Wizards College. We have, I don't even know how many young wizards working their asses off trying to control the weather outside the field so the entire harvest doesn't fail. But this early winter, it's not a natural thing, and it's been difficult to keep at bay."
I can imagine. I'm already freezing my ass off, and this thing's got climate control.
But I will say, whoever put it in is a nice job. It's about 70 degrees in here at all times. In American units. In the entire rest of the world units, I don't know.
A comfortable temperature.
A comfortable temperature.
That works.
But, as you cross above the city, you can see, the rooftops covered in snow, the streets are freshly paved, and the whole city is kind of a peaceful air to it, though you are arriving very early in the morning. The castle finds room to touch down in the center of the Wizards College, in basically what amounts to their quad, between all the buildings, large open space. As you touch down, you can see several robed figures peeking out of windows and coming out of doors, approaching this strange flying castle that has very suddenly landed in their midst. Well, here we are, boys. It's the Wizards Conclave of Waterdeep. You won't find a greater collection of magical prowess anywhere on the Sword Coast.
Well, that's pretty good. What is our main objective here, Elvira? How soon do you guys want to start studying these artifacts?
Well, as soon as possible, I'm afraid. There's a lot to learn and not a whole lot of time to do it. I'd like to let my scribes make their way through this library here, see if there's any information that we haven't uncovered yet. Perhaps poke around the inner workings, see if there's anything we can learn about, whoever built this castle. And I'm sure the other wizards would be interested to hear about your travels. It seems that you've been intimately involved with agents that are trying to affect this cycle. and any info is much appreciated. Beside that, the other elders wish to speak to you, leaders of their own respective schools of magic. There's much to do in the city, and we need to find out basically what our next move is, really. Do we seek out these artifacts? Do we try to find out more info about the ancient gods? It's very unclear still, and I think that having all of you here will help us decide on a new course of action.
I've been thinking a bit about the recent eclipse and Saloon's death, and I was wondering, it might be helpful if I can head to the Temple of Mistra. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make maybe somebody that can help me make contact with her, but she's as much as we can judge the old stories, she was apparently semi-created by Saloon, but I don't even know if half of that's true, but I think she might, if people might know some things about what's going on and how the world is being affected, it might be Mistra and her clerics.
Well, if it is religious answers that you're after, then Baldur's Gate is a faraway city that really is no use to us anymore. But Waterdeep itself has many, many important temples. You'd be interested, young paladin, to know that Kellenvor has one of his largest temples here. I'm sure you're already aware of that. But it's just a bit out of the city, but it's where Kellenvor, once he was a mortal man, returned the Tablets of Fate to Ea. And on that site, there's an expansive temple near Mount Waterdeep. Sure they'd be interested to hear your take on the things going on out here. Beside that, all the other major deities are well represented. This is a cosmopolitan city.
Sounds good.
Lathander, I don't know if any of you are familiar with the sun god Lathander, but one of the head of his religion is actually located in our docks district. It's a place of comfort for many citizens of Waterdeep, and the Temple of Anestra, the lover god, also has her headquarters here. I believe they're gearing up for a celebration soon.
I could use a good night out.
Good luck getting a ticket to the Festival of Sighs. It's an elite event. Not something I'm really interested in. Not really something I'm interested in my age.
Have I heard of the Festival of Sighs before?
I don't know if you've ever been to Waterdeep.
I've been through it.
Maybe you've heard of it, but never probably spoken to anyone that's actually attended. It's a bit out of your social class.
All right, fair enough. So, what do you think we should do first, Feather?
Well, I need to talk to Zenbri when she gets back, but I want to start researching the devils. Or is it demons or devils?
Devils.
Devils. I want to start researching about Tamaral.
Tenial?
That guy.
Well, I do know that Zenbri has actually asked me to help her with a personal matter.
Okay.
Once we land, so I'm afraid that she'll be a little indisposed for a while. But our libraries are extensive. I'm sure you'll be able to find information on Tenial if you look hard enough, or ask one of the acolytes to help you, one of the students.
I'll wait for her to get back. Let's go talk to your gods.
It might be worth it. I mean, if we can find a good enough cleric, they might know something about Tenial as well, to be honest.
Maybe the head of the Lathander.
We were wanting to, I was wanting to hit up the docks anyway. Maybe we can speak to a couple of sailors and try to find out if any of them have heard of, come to contact with that grandfather Turk.
Well, my plan is to head to the temple before I do anything else.
I will follow you guys.
So we can head there. Why not?
Heading out then? I saw coming down from the landing.
Oh, wait, sorry. What are they doing with the Helm of Kingly Wisdom?
It's on my head,
Oh, yeah,
so
you got
I
it.
don't know what they want to study first. That's the thing.
So, stepping, off from the castle, I imagine sci-fi landing gears pulling out. That slow ramp. Making your way down,
Smoke the lights behind.
yeah, smoke machine. You're greeted though by the sight of the, what you can gather just from the robes are some high-ranking members of the Wizards Conclave. They seem very happy to see you guys. Elvira runs forward, kind of hugs a few of them, shakes their hand, points you guys out to them. Well, these are the adventuring party I was telling you about.
Heroes.
Heroes, sure. Now, these are my colleagues. There is Archibald Newen. This old bastard, he leads the School of Conjuration at the Conclave. Melgor Frostbeard, we got him out of his little hovel on the docks to say hello to you all. He leads the College of Illusion.
What's his name again?
Melgor Frostbeard.
Archibald one, what did he lead?
The School of Conjuration. Ellie Deergull here. She points to a small gnomish woman. She leads the College of Transmutation, and takes care of the school's gardens. And over here, she points to a rather handsome, done-up, half-elven man, is Wayne Salakis. He's a bard, but he's currently leading a lot of our classes on conjuration magic for the moment. They're all very excited to meet you and to hear everything you have to say. I mean, we're ready to share our research if any of you has the time.
I think we've got a bit of time, unless you guys want to head straight out.
You guys are you guys are more than welcome to do what you need to get. I need to get to the temple.
Shall we all head to the temple? I mean, to be fair, Elvira, we haven't been in the city before, really. I've only ever passed through. Maybe we can, once we come back. Maybe we can chat to everybody once we get back.
Well, okay, fair enough. So she, one of the
It's very nice to meet you all, shaking hands.
Yeah, one of the other wizards, Archibald, fumbles around his pocket. He brings out a few, looks like little pins, basically. He says, you'll want to wear these on the outside of your clothing to show that you've paid the dues to enter the city, so the guards won't bother you.
Oh, thank you very much.
It seems that a lot of the city guard have left up north to Neverwinter to assist with the defenses up there. So there's a lot of less than honest guards walking the street now to fill in the ranks. So keep these on and don't let them shake you down for any extra money.
You know, Archibald, about the weather, I was just wondering, is this sort of change in the temperature and environment? Do we know? Has anybody been studying when it started to shift exactly?
Oh, of course. We actually know exactly what's causing this damnable winter now. As I mentioned, Neverwinter is under siege by frost giants. And it seems that there are hundreds of long giant ships patrolling the sort of seas, cutting off all trade. And basically keeping Neverwinter locked away in a constant state of battle. I believe that's what's causing this early winter, is just such a mass migration of frost giants. Perhaps they're using some spell to cause the cold, or they just naturally bring it with them as they march south.
The only reason why I'm asking is it's just I was actually born a lot further north. I was born up near Icewind Dale, and the only reason we ended up leaving was because even up there it started getting way colder than it should. So just something I might want to talk about to people later on. I don't know how far up people have gone. It would be interesting to know when this change of events in the cycle actually started.
Well, we can discuss that anytime you'd like, I suppose. But we've found that it's been going on for years and years now. we're merely reaching the crescendo, I believe, but it's been slowly building on the outskirts of existence. But if you'd like, go ahead, explore the city a bit. If you don't mind, we'll have a couple scribes go through the castle. I believe that was discussed already.
Just make sure they had tokens, otherwise they might lose some legs.
Elvira's been sending us instructions over this time.
Very good.
And it seems that we need to do a few resurrections as well on some of the party that didn't return entirely intact. So, sounds like you all are very busy. We're very busy. We'll meet up for dinner tonight, perhaps.
That sounds like a plan.
And he hands you off your pins, and Elvira, Zenbri kind of go their own way. Aki sort of makes an excuse and decides to head off on his own. Saying, I need to meet up with some old friends I have in town.
You have friends, Aki?
Oh, tons of them. So,
Okay, live.
that is a valid question. So, making your way through the Wizards College, past the corridors and stuff, out to the front, you do notice that there are not many people at all. It seems almost empty, basically. The few people you saw in the courtyard seem to be some of the only wizards in the entire conclave. But, stepping out, you find yourself in a rather well-to-do district of Waterdeep.
Which district is this?
I would say the Wizards Conclave, we'll call it the Fountain District.
Okay.
Sort of near the center of the city. It's dominated by the Wizards Conclave on one side and the homes of several old noble families on the other. And in between there's lots of shopping and sightseeing, a few temples, but they kind of clustered in a different area. But, let's see, it is, I'm going to say, I know I had some descriptive parts. Oh yes, here we go. So, the city streets are beautiful, with a layer of crisp white snow covering the roofs and the sidewalks. The cobblestone streets are shoveled daily, but pedestrians should watch out for puddles of slush along the sides of the road. Most of the buildings in the district are made of white stone with traces of elven elegance in the peaks and roofs and rounded doorways, in contrast to more harsh human architecture. To the south, you can kind of look down and see the docks, which looks to be a bit more of a ramshackle, busy area with a few stone buildings standing out from it. And, directly ahead of you, more just kind of plain residential districts. The Temple of Kalimvor is about perhaps a mile or so outside of the city walls. All in all, it's maybe an hour and a half there, hour and a half back walk.
Have you been here before, Nicole?
I've been here before, but many months ago.
I've only ever passed through, really. I mean, this is just, hit up the docks, spend a bit of time in the ship with my brother, but that was about it.
Well, I spent barely any time in the city. I spent a lot of time in the
Okay.
city, just passed through.
All right, well, I mean, I guess we'll take your lead if you know where you're going.
Okay.
Right, so you make your way through the city. The people are bustling to and fro. It's early in the morning. Most people are trying to get to work, so you find there's quite a bit of traffic on the streets. A few guardsmen seem to be making their way directly towards your small group.
What do they look like?
I'd say looks like there's an elf and two humans. The elf kind of taking the lead of the small group. They are wearing the average, uniform of the guards. Plate armor on the front, the legs kind of covered with loose chainmail, spear and shield in hand emblazoned with the City Guard logo.
Okay.
Boys, stop right there. What are so heavily armed travelers like you doing in Waterdeep?
We're on our way to the Temple of Kellenborg. Good day to you, sir.
No going away. We're city guard, you see, official lawmen of this city. Now, looks like you got your pins to enter and exit the city, but do you got any papers for them weapons of yours?
Don't have any papers.
No papers, no
We've already
papers.
paid all our dues, right?
Oh, I don't know if you don't got your weapon papers. I don't know if you paid all your dues, really. Well, how about this, okay? I don't want to take the time to send you boys to jail for illegal weapons in the city, so how about just 3 of you, 10 gold each, and I'll write you your papers up right now.
Archibald at the Mage's College said we don't need to pay anymore.
Well, I don't know any Archibald. What do you say? How about, looks like maybe 60 gold now? 20, 20, 20?
I don't think we need to be paying any more money, but how about you go and square it off with the Wizards College? I'm sure they'll be happy to sort you out with some money.
An old lady pushing a cart of fish. Hey, leave them boys alone, you assholes. They're just trying to walk around. A small group is kind of gathering. You guys say, hey, citizens, disperse.
Nothing to see here.
You know what, you 3, just get out of here, okay? We don't need this shit right now.
Thank you.
Get going. But the rest of the guards won't be so nice, I bet, without having your papers.
Jessica walks up to the old woman. Thank you. Does this kind of thing happen often?
It's kind of a new thing. After they sent most of the good guards away, it seems like a bunch of assholes took over the job. Now, you see these guys bothering you, anything like that? You go to one of the Griffin Knights, okay?
Griffin Knights? Where can we find
Those guys, I don't know, some people don't like them, but they at least follow the rules, okay? You tell them that what's happening, they outrank the City Watch. Those are Count Euling's personal guys, okay? The Griffin Knights. Can't miss them. They got full plate armor,
Count Euling.
big shield. Yeah, Count Euling, he's the guy in charge of this whole place now. Ever since they cut down the council just to 3.
Huh. Oh, where could we find this Count Euling?
Probably at the council building.
All right, that sounds good. So, I mean, when did all this happen? It's been a long time since I've been through Waterdeep, but only 3 council members?
Well, there used to be a lot more of them, but they made alcohol illegal, and that caused a whole lot of trouble with gangs and stuff like that. Turns out, Count Euling found that a lot of the councilmen were making money illegally through the gangs, so off with their heads, disbanded some of the other members, and repealed the prohibition. Now personally, I like the guy. He's running this town better than anyone I've ever remembered.
Well, that's good to know.
He ended the prohibition. He's got his own guys protecting the streets again.
That sounds like a pretty good guy, actually. I mean, if it were up to you and you were looking for somewhere to maybe enjoy a good meal or see a show or something like that, where would you reckon we could go?
Well, I only live on the docks, so I ain't got a lot of money to my name. But there's some good places down there, I guess, if you wanted to eat. But really, I just sell my wares out here. I can't really afford to eat anything up in the Fountain District.
What kind of things do you sell?
Oh, just fish and clams and such, things dredged up from the harbor.
Okay.
Although the fishermen can't go out as far as they used to. So prices are a little up.
Was the waters too deep?
No, that's boats. They float on top of the water. It's the giants, apparently. Some people say that they're only maybe 50 leagues away out in the water.
Giants in the water?
Yeah, but they're trying to keep it a bit of a secret that they're this close. That's what I hear, at least.
Huh. Oh, thank you so much for your help. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. And if I'm ever by the docks, I'll be happy to buy some fish.
Sure thing. And then she goes on her way.
I like that woman. I have no idea who she is, but she seemed nice.
So you're able to get to the city gates. Once again, there are some guards there, but they let you pass by. Just with a little warning, you know, once you're outside of the city walls, we're not liable for your safety, all that.
Yeah.
Temple of Kellumbor, though, is just pointed out to you. It's that direction, just keep walking. You can't miss it when you get close. So, the way is pretty eventful out the way there, and at the site where Kellumbor and his companions return the Tablets of Fate, there sits a large, somber temple of Kellumbor. You recognize that you're getting close when you reach the edge of a vast graveyard. And past this graveyard, you can see the Gray Spire, which has huge planes of muddled glass windows going all the way from top all the way to the bottom in unbroken pieces. You would know that this is the home of a conclave of Doom Guides, some of the more expert followers of Kellumbor.
Yeah.
And that one of the reasons that this temple is so popular is because they're the only ones with the expertise to bury people from all different cultures, you know, all over the world. If you die in Waterdeep, they will know how to properly take care of the body, whether you want it burnt or sky burial or buried, whatever. That's kind of their specialty. Let's see. They do, let's see. It is also known that the most solemn order of the Silent Shroud is headed there. You know, the Society of Gravediggers and such. So it's a very important temple to Kellembor's worshippers. The paladins of Kellumbor often train by delving into the old Dwarven ruins, honeycombing the, Mount Waterdeep.
Yeah.
But as you arrive, you find that you don't even see grave diggers tending to the graves right now, and the area is blanketed with snow. It wasn't afforded the same, element protection from the elements that the farmlands were. So you don't see anybody even up to the point where you reach the main gates of the temple.
So, the main gates, you mean gates of the graveyard?
Of the spire. Yeah, you're able to make it all the way through the graveyard. Many parts of it forested, and along the way you can see just all the different gravestones, all intricate, all beautifully carved, mausoleums, things like that. There's actually a lot to see in this particular graveyard, but you make it to the temple spire without anyone ever stopping you.
It seems pretty quiet,
This
yeah?
is still early morning,
Yes.
None of the graves look disturbed.
No.
okay? Well, I walk up to the door. No, come on, the door.
We're knocking. Just a future reference, I'm always wearing the cloak. So
Okay.
it's like passive perception to whatever it
Yeah. Do we have our business yet, or
means.
is that going to be
Sure.
bought on the way back, I would imagine?
We could say you did it already.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got my little
And
hole.
the tune.
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Right,
alright.
so, knocking on the door.
Okay, how long?
Half an hour to a tune. Okay. Short rest. Half an hour to an hour.
I think it's like an hour or something. So, door creaks open a small bit. You can see heavy chains kind of holding the door mostly closed. And a small, sort of gray man, white wispy hair, peeks through and says, I'm sorry, but the temple is closed right now. We're in the middle of an important ceremony.
Greetings. I am who? Do I know this person? Have we met before?
No, this person is unfamiliar to me.
Greetings. This is I. Who? I am of the order.
Of the order, so you were called here to assist with the ceremony then?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's just we're not doing extra fiddles right now. And you hear fiddling with the door locks for probably a solid 30 to 40 seconds, just unlocking things. And finally
Like old group.
opens or enter. Like I said, I'm so sorry for not recognizing you first. I myself was brought in from a separate temple recently.
Which temple were you brought
Far north. I actually came... No, let me rephrase that. Not far north. I tended to a small shrine in, above the forests, above Greenhurst. So, but, it all... Well, it's a sad tale what happened to the area. But either way, I'm here now and happy to serve at a much safer place, I believe.
Yes. Were you there when it fell, or did you manage to make it out before the giants hit?
I only saw it from a distance. I resided in one of the small villages in the forest to the north.
Did you see any people that came out that made it out?
Well, actually, yes. That's kind of the hot new rumor around is Baldur's Gate. This woman who... a disgraced paladin. She actually was...
Stormwatches?
You heard of her, yes. Apparently, she led her people away from the destruction of Greenhurst. Some of them, not all, but led them all the way south, past Baldur's Gate, which was recently destroyed, to the safe city of Brightwater. It's said that she's regained her divine powers now and is something of a great hero in the south.
Brightwater?
It's a small city near the river near Baldur's Gate. It's old and prosperous, but not a very large town, really. Don't know why she would choose to go there instead of Baldur's Gate, but it did a great good for her people.
Well, it's good to know she's around. Maybe we can try and get a sending spell up to her and find out what she's up to.
I try talking the sending stone again?
Still no response.
She doesn't like us.
Well, I mean, that's
She feels
maybe
it's our fault.
maybe she lost the stone, but if we use an actual sending spell, it'll get right to her.
Good. You can also Elvira when you get back.
Yeah.
So the man goes up and says, I'm sorry, I will stop wasting your time. I think I can pull one of the Doom Guides away to speak with you. He can give you the instructions, okay? So he wanders off, and in comes a guy with once again, gray robes, very ornate designs printed in leather on top of the robes, and a bastard sword slung along his back. This man you recognize. Tangibly, perhaps. Maybe you didn't know him super well, but you can decide that, I guess, if you want this guy to be someone you're very close with or someone you barely knew.
Someone that I know, but we're not exactly friends.
Okay. Says, cool, yes?
Yes.
It's been some time since I've seen you.
What's his name?
Armok.
Greetings, Armand. It has indeed been long.
What brings you all the way out here? Last I heard you were in the Southlands.
That is a long, long story. Suffice it to say, I just arrived here in your city, and it is of the utmost importance that I speak with the Jerkal.
Who?
Jerkal.
Jergal.
Speak to the jerk off? What?
Jergal is like the head of the order?
No, Jerkal is servant of the
Okay.
The old god of the dead. And now he passes messages along. He got bored of his job. Like, yeah, you can have my godhood. I'm bored anyway.
Well-
I'll be your messenger boy from now.
You can speak with him, but he's a bit busy right now, Jergal. It's not so easy to contact him at the moment when he's in the middle of work. Have you not heard? We've got sort of a funeral of a lifetime to prepare right now.
What funeral?
Probably Saloon's funeral, I would imagine.
Yes. Some time ago, Saloon appeared to all of the Doom Guides of this conclave with very specific instructions for her funeral rites. Now, the death of a god is sort of a rare thing, I would say, not something we were quite familiar with. But we've been following her instructions, and we're nearly complete now. Would you be interested in helping us, perhaps?
I would be exceptionally interested in helping out.
Very good, then. That saves us a lot of trouble, actually. It saves me some trouble personally. She asks only that a shroud be retrieved that is found in Mount Waterdeep. Far past the normal training grounds of paladins, and I don't really know who or what could be protecting it right now. Would you be able to get this shroud for us?
Of course.
Excellent.
What are the details of the shroud?
Well, it's said to carry her symbol on it, and she wishes it to be laid on the altar before we finish the last of the funeral rites. Simple thing, you know. It's
Protected by anything?
we're not sure. Apparently, it's a hidden shrine. We've had our we've been located at this temple for a long time, and we hadn't even noticed it before. It's something that she told us about specifically before she died.
You know, general area?
Yes. We can give you instruction.
I know the training. If you could direct me from there.
Sure. And he sits. Let's sit. Have some wine for a little bit before you go off so quickly.
Thank you. I'm very interested in any other instructions she might have left for her rites. What did she ask?
Well, the bones of a certain beast arranged in such a pattern. To finish her funeral on a certain night. Certain chants that needed to be chanted for such an amount of time. It's not been easy, but we never try to disappoint our customers. And at the end of this, simply to lay this rather bare shroud over the altar and burn it.
I'm just thinking to myself, even death does not make a
That's true, but death is
That's it out loud.
okay. Just a thought.
Yeah.
So he sits down, he discusses, the troubles we've had, the rumors we've heard lately, earthquakes in Baldur's Gate, giants running amok just to the south of us across the river, giants attacking north. It seems that the giant kind are trying to destroy all other life on Earth. That's as far as we can guess what is going on. And along the way, he does give you instructions. Like sort of a map, I guess, a rough outline. Past, the training grounds, you go past this way, left, right, etc., etc.
I also relate the short version of my travels with Marty. Dating everything that's happened.
Okay.
As well.
So it's not just giants, then, you're saying? Nagas are an opposing force to them?
Yes, and there's this cult that's trying to help us.
Sounds like you broke most of their strength at Small Town, though.
Perhaps, but they have the assistance of quite a powerful Oni who, well, whether he's working with them permanently or just because he enjoys the mischief and mayhem is still kind of unclear to me, but we've heard rumors that maybe they've moved more towards the blasted wastes of the orcs.
Although they were... Which is the one that got away?
Scabatha?
Patricia. She was on her way to... somewhere else. The wizards?
The Necromancer.
The Necromancer.
That's the blasted
Yeah.
wasteland.
She's like the only leader of the Void Naga left.
She's the only one
Killed her
left.
sister
Yeah.
and her mother.
Or was it Patricia? We
I
killed
guess
one of them.
It was either Putricia or Scabatha. One of the two witches is...
Oh, I've actually got that written down. I think it's Patricia, actually.
Patricia's
Okay,
the one who's
Patricia,
alive,
so-
yeah.
She's the one who made the deal with and who reneged on all the stuff. She said she was
Well,
gonna kill us.
I think, at the very least, we can put a bounty out on this Putricia. Perhaps one of our wandering paladins or doom guides will be able to just kill her, and that would solve that problem at least.
Well, I think it would be better if they do find a hero thing to let us know. Because they're pretty strong. I don't think anyone of us should be attacking them alone.
That is true. I'll keep that in mind then as well, but news from the south has been a bit scattered and hard to come by lately, ever since the earthquake at Baldur's Gate.
Your friend mentioned something about Brighthaven?
Brightwater?
Brightwater.
Ah, yes, just a little town near Baldur's Gate, but I imagine it must be quite bustling now with all the people leaving the city, taking refuge there. It has strong walls.
That's interesting.
Did you hear anything about what happened to Baldur's Gate?
Well, some say an earthquake, but I don't know if that's the full story. I mean, a simple earthquake, they can rebuild. We would hear more by now, but so far, almost nothing. Earthquake, bloody moon in the sky. I don't know. A simple earthquake doesn't seem like it would do so much damage. And when have there ever even been earthquakes in Baldur's Gate?
It definitely wasn't an earthquake. Sometime before Saloon died, I spoke to her, and she mentioned there were hungry things under Baldur's Gate. And from what I understand, it was likely stone giants.
Really? Well, no one's seen fit to inform the people of Waterdeep about that. Newspapers have been running the same story about an earthquake for nearly a week now.
Politicians.
Stone giants in the south.
Fake news.
Hill giants right across the river. Frost giants in the oceans and in Neverwinter. Yeah, if only things were so simple.
All praise the giants.
Tell me,
Perhaps the dragons will be able to eat them. Who knows?
that might be a very good idea, to be honest.
But parlaying with dragons is not really what the Temple of Kalimvor stands for. We're not a political organization, really.
Is there a temple to Bahamut in the city, by any chance, Armak?
Of course, yes.
Might be worth checking that out at some stage.
They might have fresh perspective on this, that's for sure, but really their sermons have not changed that much. Though they've tried to raise funds for charity and for the poor people of Baldur's Gate.
That's interesting.
And Greenrest, you say, is gone.
Yes.
Hill giants are living in it as we speak.
Well, it seems that we're going to have a lot more funerals to prep for in the near future, then. I'll send you on your way. Are there any supplies that you would need?
If we're kind of short in healing potions, if you happen to have any.
Sure, I think I can spare a couple from our store. One for each three of
If
you.
you didn't buy any healing potions.
We didn't find any healing potions. I have one more question, Armak. Is there one of your order, or perhaps would you know of somebody who's quite skilled in devil lore?
We don't treat with devils. I mean, they often pervert the soul's journey.
We're having a few
Dead ones.
we're having a few troubles with the devils, and we're trying to find out more information.
I would say
War.
you most likely would find your answers at the Wizards Conclave, or you could find a cult, perhaps. Skullport is a popular place in the Underdark where devils and demons and beholders collect.
That sounds kind of fun. I don't really like underground, but it sounds kind of fun.
So,
I like dark places.
if you would be so kind, though, I must return to the ritual. Step in. Some of our Doom guides have been praying and chanting for days straight now.
You said a healing potion each.
Yes.
What kind?
Great.
Just normal, or?
That's a normal one, yeah.
Okay.
You'd start buying greater healing potions.
One regular healing potion.
So,
Red greater.
the way up the Undermountain is not so strenuous. The area's been settled for thousands of years now, so there are stairs and pathways leading up to the entrance. Making your way through the old training areas that you remember from years ago. You're able to deftly dodge through traps and riddles and things like that that test your faith in Kelmvor, before finally making your way to a natural path that was not there before. And going down, deeper and deeper into the mountain than you used to travel. Glowing ruins sit overhead, lighting the way, lighting the path.
What kind of ruins?
Say they are elven. Elven writing.
Can I?
Elven runes. It's a
Can I use
language
my
I don't
dwarven
speak.
thing to see how old and all that sort of stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. What do I roll? That is history.
Stonecraft or something was that, right?
Stone.
Yeah.
Stone cutting, yeah.
Which isn't really on the character
Is it
sheet, but it's like a,
bronze?
I guess, in the dwarven
I,
base part.
I forget, Ben. We said I have dark vision or I don't have dark vision.
I don't know.
I don't know
I think-
either. I think we've played it that I've always had it, but don't see it written anywhere.
I guess you have dark vision.
Okay.
Wolves have dark vision, right?
Yeah, I would imagine so. 60 feet or 30 feet?
30 feet, let's say.
Okay.
Let's keep it not super.
Okay.
Okay.
Proficiency plus 6. History. Plus 11.
11.
To check the origin of stonework.
Okay, so this is natural stone, but it was carved extremely smooth, almost like, bored down, polished almost. It seems reminiscent of the paths in the Temple of Saloon that you had traveled in earlier.
Can I make a
Remember that in the forest.
Can I make a religion check to see if I can get the meaning behind this? Because I can't read Elven, but if I can get the general idea,
I mean, if you can't read Elven, it wouldn't be...
wouldn't be helpful.
No, they're not like pictographs, I guess. They are letters.
You know, the one time we need Aki.
Could have bought a helm of comprehend languages.
Well, I
Uncommon.
didn't prepare my spells today. I keep forgetting that I can actually do that as a cleric. So maybe I can. I don't know what first of the spells are.
So, you guys continue on though?
Yeah.
Right? The rune, like I say, these glowing runes light your way, so it's not totally dark.
Are we doing dim light?
Yeah, like dim light. Yes.
Yeah,
And yet there are no shadows.
It actually doesn't matter that anymore. I've realized that now.
you
It just
do
says
dim
if
light.
you're in dim light or darkness,
Yeah.
you can teleport. The flavor is like from shadow to shadow. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Your dark vision is also 60.
60 feet.
Yeah.
Before we do that, actually, I will say that I prepared to take. Wait, we do have that? Do we have that? Oh no, I thought we had to take magic. We don't. Never mind. Never mind. No to take magic. You can. That's excellent. No to take magic from you.
Okay.
That's magic.
So,
That's magic.
My theory is magic.
so you finally enter a more open chamber, and there are 3 open caskets along the wall. Inside of each casket is a jeweled skeleton, completely covered in rubies and sapphires and other semi-precious stones. They are each wielding 2 copper or brass blades in each hand. Long swords, not daggers.
Do they look the same as the guardians in the forest?
Yes.
Audience?
Interesting.
Which
The
one?
skeleton.
The forest of the in Saloon's temple.
Only one is wearing the thing again?
You were?
Well, I'm sorry?
Are they all wearing the jeweled?
They all have jewels studded into the bone.
They were just guardians that were guarding the Temple of Saloons, this underground magical forest.
Was Ekul there for that part?
No.
Oh man, that was a trippy one.
Yeah, it was cool.
Alright, so
When we first found out the power of Satan,
they
fire demon, fucking waterfall.
creak and crack and shake the dust off of themselves and step out of their caskets, which reveals that the central one in the middle, his casket had no back wall. It's just another small pathway leading behind him. And in a croaky sort of voice, his mouth opens, and without moving any further, a voice speaks out to you. None of you speak Elven, though, right?
I speak Sylvan.
Well, it doesn't matter, because he's not actually talking. It's telepathic. Telepathic, we'll say.
Alright, very good.
It says, "We three were the lovers of Saloon when she was a mortal woman, and in death we will protect her remains. If you wish to gain her shroud, you must best us in personal combat. I am sorry for the damage we will cause you."
I look at them like, are you listening to something?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
They're
Challenging us to personal.
Yeah, because you can't hear it.
I cling the ring on him,
Yeah.
and then I let him talk to me telepathically.
They
Okay.
sort of bow
What did you say?
toward you,
well, we have to
draw their
defeat them in personal
weapons,
combat.
and begin menacingly, as menacing as a
All right.
skeleton can be, moving towards you all.
I prep the staff of Saloon, two-handed.
So, I guess initiative.
Yay! 12.
Whew, that's not good.
16.
18.
Let me get to an actual blank page.
Oh, sorry, 15.
I got the
15,
12.
not 16. 15.
I got a strong 12.
My AC is 18.
Wow.
So nice.
Mine will be tomorrow because apparently it takes a while for my place to be made.
18 with no armor.
Alright, so
thanks to the
18?
crown.
No, I'm 18.
18?
Yeah.
Cool has 18 initiative. And
15.
15.
12.
Oh shit! I forgot. Ben, the crown gives me comprehend languages.
Oh. Okay, well, the runes above would basically say the same
And
thing.
dark vision.
I'm sorry,
It was the
Say that vision.
it does. Okay, yeah. Alright.
so the runes were basically telling the story of Saloon's three lovers
Okay.
and their curse. Cursed. And then what did you get for initiative?
12.
12.
Strong 12.
A strong 12. Okay, never mind. I'll put that up higher because it's a strong
towards the
12.
top of the 12.
Does a strong 12 beat a weak 15? What? Oh, wait a minute. Why did I put that away? I needed that. Oh, Ben. Why are you so stupid? Because you smoke all the time. Where are you? Those are the... There we go, okay. Okay, so, the first person to go, cool, you can see like, oh, I don't trust these undead. Undead are all pieces of shit. They're, an abomination, so you get to go first. And let's say you've got the one in the middle, the left, the right. Is how they've sort of paired off trying to fight you guys.
Okay. So,
Well, what did you get, man? What did you decide to take there?
what do you mean?
Did you put your strength up to 19?
No, it's with my constitution.
Oh.
Thanks, that
it's,
hits.
it's been a whole bunch of days. That'll be at full.
Yeah.
And I get a 1. Okay. So that's 7 plus 7, that's 14.
14 damage? Okay.
The second one?
22. 4.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
You reroll both ones, eh? Yeah.
Oh my god, that is a
That's
much
much
better
better.
reroll. Went from a
Okay.
1-1 to a 6-5.
Nice.
Plus 7.
See, the action camera got it. Nope, doesn't exist.
So we reset.
How much damage for that second one?
Sunday.
18, okay.
I'll get a really tall tripod and camera. Zoom in.
I said this is your first round?
Yeah.
So 2 powerful swipes, you know. You're knocking jewels and sapphires off of him, but he's holding strong against your attacks, blocking them a little bit while taking, you know, hit the edge of your blade.
Quick question.
Yes.
Before his turn, quickly. Have we decided, can I stun undead like that? With my character?
Huh. There's no reason you wouldn't be
Most,
able to.
it doesn't say it, but most things like this say not against undead or constructs.
Well, that they are undead, and they don't really have like.
But it doesn't
It
say
depends.
that
What is
anything
the stunning? It's like you're hitting their chi or something. Do you need
Yeah.
Do you need a nervous system to be stunned?
You need organs to have.
You could spin their head around like in a cartoon.
Okay, I'm gonna be a dick and say
Yeah.
it does not work
Okay.
on them since they're kind of a construct.
Okay. Cool.
Alright. But like a vampire or something you'd stun.
Yeah.
Since they're very human-like.
Okay.
Oh, no more broom of flying.
So the first skeleton that you attack, he responds with a few swipes of his own attacks. Let's see. So he does 18 hit. Does 18 hit?
Yes. You got the sentinel feat now.
Actually, we're. I didn't. I haven't decided.
Oh.
Okay, so that is 2 hits. Does
Xanathar spells. Here they are.
We got loads of them.
let's see, so that'll be 20 damage. And going to need to roll a fear check. It's just one of those things, you look into his ruby eyes and they glow and fill you with fear. Can you stand your ground against the skeleton
Is that the
onslaught?
wisdom, right? Wisdom save.
Yes, wisdom is fear.
So.
8. Okay, so you are frightened of the creature for 2 rounds. Unless you can, you know, somehow will yourself to... I guess you can take an action to unfear yourself if you like. And then, let's see,
I
it
specifically
is...
get something special that does that.
Monks do, yeah.
So I don't think you can just do it. You're
No.
frightened
Until you're not.
dies or goes away.
Alright, so Jessup?
Until you can't see it. Yeah.
Okay, bonus action, I am going to shift into my beast hide and bounce the bases. My AC is 18 now, and I am gonna rush at. Did he manage to hit one of them?
He did.
All right, I'm gonna go for that one. I have the staff of Saloon. I'm gonna hold it 2-handed,
Alright.
and I'm gonna take my 2 attacks. They have not acted yet, right?
This one has.
This one has. Doesn't matter. It's fine. All right. Okay, that's that. 26 and 22.
Those both hit.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So it's a D8 and a D8, and I will. You want to burn that? Yes, I'll put a charge into both of those. Extra radiant damage. So 8 plus 5. So 13 plus 8, 21. 22, 23.
Say...
26.
30 feet
20,
between them.
26 damage with both swings with the staff, and I used 2 charges for the radiant damage.
Okay. So 2 mighty hits, you know, filling the whole room with holy light and fury with each hit. And it goes to Feather Marshal.
Okay. I will.
One of the skeletons is marching towards you. One of them is marching.
I'm
to
sorry.
Adrian.
Sorry. Colossus Slayer. Another 3 damage.
I see them all wailing on this guy in the middle, right? And he's like 30 feet away from me.
Yes.
I'll teleport behind him.
The first skeleton that's been attacked already.
The middle one, yeah?
Yeah.
And I get advantage on my attack. I try stabbing, double-handed with my sword.
Aye.
With my spear. Yeah, 27. 27 to hit.
Yeah,
First
27
attack,
hit.
yeah. Then I got my second attack. 21.
21 hits. You start making creatures with AC 35.
We're
or
rolling really
something.
well, all of us today. So far. Good. Okay, so that's the 8 plus 5. 7
Yes.
plus 12. 19 damage. And then I run 50 feet away from him.
Aye. So skeleton number 2's up next. It is marching up and will try to stab Adrian in the back with its blades.
No!
Oh, I actually got 10 on this one. I keep forgetting about
Was it automatic? So,
Still only 10.
So it was a 10 though?
Yeah.
That still wasn't.
No, I was just.
Do you remember when you
I was
said-
trying to tell you also got
Nice.
So it looks like he does hit with both attacks.
Okay.
One is a crit.
The radius of my point?
First attack does 6 damage.
Okay.
And then second attack, crit. Let's see. Oh, 20 damage. So 2 strong slices right into your back, cutting through the armor. Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
1 second. Wisdom saving throw. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's a natural 1.
So you are frightened of the skeleton for
Wah,
4 turns, 4 rounds.
girl.
Yeah.
Alright.
So what's the frighten? They can't move towards it and they can't attack it.
Yes, disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within sight. Cannot willingly move toward the source of
So we
fear.
can still attack. We just
Although it
can't
doesn't
move
say you
toward
have
it.
to move away from it.
Yeah, not anymore.
But you just have disadvantage due
But if
to...
it's right in front of me, I'm not
You can
moving
still hit
towards
it, you
it.
just got disadvantage.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay.
Just disadvantage due to the urine in the underwear being distracting. And then the third skeleton will... It sees you kind of pop away from it. 50 feet is farther than it can move and attack, I think.
I'm hoping so.
So it's going to instead attack Akul, the most heavily armored of the group. 2 attacks. Let's see, it looks like, what was the AC again? I'm sorry?
16.
16, so it looks like 1 hit, 1 miss. And that is 5 is 12 damage.
Okay.
Alright, and that is the back to the top of the initiative order. It is well, you already did a fear check already, so both of you did. And you didn't get hit. So your turn.
You said I can spend a turn ending the fear, or
Is it a new saving throw or what?
I think just 2 rounds of fear.
okay, fine.
Disadvantage, why not?
Smack him.
Smacky attacky.
19.
19 still on a disadvantage, so that still hits.
Might as well roll for the second attack as well.
19. 2 19s on disadvantage.
Lost a crit.
I don't think they play tested D&D up to these levels.
So that's 8 plus 7, 15.
15 damage total.
Yeah, for the first one, and then the second one, 14,
14 more damage.
and I'm gonna put a smite on that. can smite, but because it's undead, it means I get an extra 1d8.
Huh?
It's 2d8.
Smite away.
Extra 6.
Extra 6 damage. Right. So this one is looking beaten up, severely beaten up. But the unholy power of the gems that gives it movement are still holding strong. He's still
Okay.
acting, but he's very weak now. Let's see, and it goes to that particular skeleton that you've been wailing on.
Mm-hmm.
So it continues to strike at you with its blades. Well, let's see. It looks like one miss, one hit.
Okay.
We have a guest star.
Let's see, 13 damage.
This is technical difficulties.
And then that is Jessup's turn.
Okay, so I've got the one that is attacking me. I think the best thing to do is to cast Zephyr Strike on myself. There are 3 of them, right?
Yes.
Okay, I shall cast Zephyr Strike on myself, and then I shall move away from that one. How big is the chamber?
Let's say about 90 feet diameter or whatever.
Cool. So I'll just cast Zephyr Strike myself, move away from that one, and have all of them been hit so far? There's 3.
No, just one of them.
Just one of them's been hit. Okay. Then I'll attack that one again. That's not the one I'm scared of, right?
Still have disadvantage though because you're in the source of what your fear is still there. There's disadvantage while the source of fear is within sight.
Within sight.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, that's fine. I'll still attack that dude disadvantage. Alright, so first hit. Oh, that is 16. Or. So 16?
16 misses.
16 misses. So the first one misses. 18 or. Ooh. Oh, 11.
11 misses.
11 misses. Okay. Alright, so that is extra. That's me.
Right.
That's me. And then I will run 30 feet back, and they can't hit me because of Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they can still move over on their turn.
I know
and
they
attack
can.
you.
They can move. They
No
can
attack
move
of
there, but no attack of opportunity.
Yeah, no attack of op. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, let's see. It is Skeleton 2 and 3's turn. So, Skeleton 2 was attacking you. He's going to continue doing it. I'm like, oh, this guy's got a lot of blood in him. It's not coming out.
Why does he have so much blood?
So, first one looks like it hits. Second one, so a hit. Damage. 18 damage total from the 2 hits.
Live up to his name.
I said 18 for both attacks combined. I did 18 damage. Right, the third one is going to, I guess, move to attack Adrian then. Since he is shooting some attacks their way.
Adrian's trying to intimidate us. Roll to intimidate.
It works. There we go.
One hit. What is your AC again? 18?
18 right now.
So that is 1 hit then.
Okay.
Only 8 damage.
Okay.
But one of them is up in your face again.
All right, that's fine.
And then it goes back to Akul. You have 2 skeletons fighting you, 1 severely damaged, 1 fresh. That's the situation there. Jessup, you have 1 that is attacking you, and you've kind of moved off to a place away from the fight. So that's the situation, and it is Akul's turn. What?
He has no idea.
My turn now.
Oh, okay. Your turn.
And I teleport into that guy who's looking bad.
Glory Hound! I'm
Yeah.
gonna steal your XP, bruh!
25.
25 hits.
First attack. Second attack, 12.
12 misses.
First attack. 10 damage.
10 damage.
Yeah.
You have slain one of them, so you break it loose, just break it to enough pieces to where it can't move anymore and cannot attack.
And then are there two left on either side of you?
There's one there
One.
and one.
One fighting him in a different spot.
How bad does he look?
I don't know. I don't know. So, it's
Like
fine.
half. Okay. I gotta stand next to him. Angry.
Alright, so then it goes to Uncle then. I messed up the initiative order for that to do yours.
So I still have one round of fear. No, that's it.
Yep,
Take an extra turn.
you are no longer afraid of anything,
What do your channel abilities do?
except for intimacy.
There's abjure enemy, and what's the other one? Turn what? It's your Oath of Vengeance, yeah?
Yeah.
What does the Oath of Vengeance turn do? Yeah, there's always two options.
Oh, it was either of your get
Okay.
or
Okay. Sweet.
first one is 20.
20 hits,
One is 26.
26 misses.
Okay.
That old joke. That old
One.
chestnut.
16
16,
and 14.
14. Two very heavy strikes against it, starting to chip away this other skeleton. And it goes to... skeleton is dead. Jessup.
Alright, so I've got one right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. I will guiding bolt him.
Okay.
Alright. So I have to hit that. Gotta hit that. GGG, got bolt.
46
Range spell
attack.
attack. Okay. I just have to see if this can stack with that thing or not. Weapon attack roll. Okay. Anyway, is this with disadvantage as well?
Yeah, I think, because you're still in fear.
All right.
So it's all ability checks and attack rolls.
So no. Guiding bolt did not work that time.
It was misguided.
All right.
Misguided
Miss guiding bolt. All right. So guiding bolt did that, and that was a complete waste of time. Can I? I'm gonna healing word myself as the bonus action. I'll use it at second level.
Okay. So then it goes to Feather Marshal. There's still one skeleton that you and Akul are now double teaming.
I
That's great.
will just attack it.
Attack it. What a bold strategy.
Yes.
1, 6,
14.
14 misses.
Attack him again. 20.
820 hits.
20.
820.
Then I will expend the key point to do flurry of blows.
Alright.
Unarmed
Which is for another
elbows
attack,
to the
right?
face. Yeah, another 2 attacks.
Oh damn.
20
20 hits.
and 9.
9 does not hit.
Okay,
so
so I
that's
hit with
one hit with
one
weapon,
spear.
one unarmored.
I
I believe is how it went.
Yep. And that is 11 plus 9. 20.
20 damage total? Okay, he's getting knocked down pretty darn quickly by you two.
And I stay there.
Alright, so it goes for the other skeleton. He's going to... Let's see, Akul, you did more damage to him last round still, so he's going to continue striking at you. Let's see, first attack. He is a hit. Second attack. He is also a hit. 8 is 13 plus 8 is 21. So 21 damage with both of his blades. And
I think that
Yes.
makes sense.
And then the other skeleton is going to continue attacking Jessup. So we need to add more interesting mechanical effects to these guys. They have a counter spell that they can use. We don't have any spellcasters with which to counter spell. Okay, that is 1 crit and 1 miss.
Alright. A crit and a miss.
Let's see, so the crit only does
Must be a normal attack.
19 damage.
19
So he
damage.
made that crit count still. And that is the skeleton's turn, so it goes back to Akul. So the situation there's you two double teaming one skeleton, chipping his health away, but he's not slowing down, and then and then Jessup is fighting one on the other part of the room by his lonesome.
Okay, my fear is ended.
Your fear has ended.
Let's run away.
That's 24.
24 hits,
And the second one.
Mostly
21.
ones for
21
effect,
hits.
Okay.
Alright.
which I shall use forthwith.
We roll one then.
5 plus 7.
5 plus 7 is 12 damage.
16.
16. Okay, some solid damage. He's definitely looking a little more ragged now for sure. And then it is Jessup's turn. Think you have.
Alright.
Is this your last round of fear? I think.
I think you said 4. I think there's
So
one
2
more
more.
after this.
Alright.
Alright, so
So this one and the
I've
next
got
one.
one in front of me. First thing I'm going to do is use the Zephyr Strike's effect to give me advantage on my first hit, which disadvantage is just a straight hit.
Aye.
Alright, and it will deal an extra force damage by hit. So the first one I have advantage on. Oh, just regular, which is 22.
22 hits.
Alright, I'll roll damage for that one first. So it's D8. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. 13. And then I'll burn 2 charges for the radiant. Nice. So, and then Colossus Slayer.
It hasn't been hit before yet.
Oh, hasn't this one?
Hasn't it?
No, this one has
Oh,
not.
yeah, you-
Alright,
you've been missing
that's
that
fine.
one.
So maybe, who knows, maybe my next hit will, the Colossus Slayer might hit. Okay, so that is 13, 18, 18 for the first hit,
Right?
and an extra force damage. Sorry, there's an extra D8 anyway there for the force damage for the Zephyr Strike. Oh. 19.
Okay.
19 on the first
What are
hit.
you adding to these? That was 14 in total. You only had plus 1.
Sorry. So 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 plus 6 is 19. 20. I'm sorry, 20 damage. My
Okay.
math is all over the place today. Alright, 20 damage. And then the second one, I've got, so there's 2 charges disadvantage. That's 17 or 18. So the second one hits as well.
17 misses.
No, plus 8.
17 plus, yeah, sorry. You rolled 17 and rolled 18.
Oh, okay.
Plus
17 plus 8. So,
Okay, that one hits then,
So
yeah.
that one hits. Alright.
Need
So,
to know the actual number.
that's 8. And I'm going to burn radiant damage there as well. So 8 plus 6 is 14. And then Colossus Slayer is 16. 16 damage on that one. And then
Pretty good.
what I'm going to do is use the staff as well. Cast Sanctuary on myself as a bonus action. So it has disadvantage on its attacks against me. So I've used how many charges now? 1, 2, 4. 4 more charges. So I have 7 more charges left in the staff. Alright, and that is my turn.
Alright. So let's see. It goes to the skeleton. Okay. So I guess he'll make 2 attacks. One against you. One against. Cool. So first attack misses. Second attack hits. It's a good thing you had that Constitution boost earlier.
Yep.
Listen, you'll be good.
Nah, you'd be fine. But 9 damage. And then Skeleton's gonna attack Adrian.
With disadvantage. Otherwise. Oh, no, no, sorry. It has to make a wisdom saving throw or attack somebody else.
Okay, well I guess It'll just meander on over and attack.
Sounds good.
I'll just have it go attack you instead, I guess. Support his comrade in arms. So that is 1 hit on Feather and 2 hits on Feather. So 17 damage total and a fear check.
What is that? Wisdom.
Yeah.
15.
You actually pass it. Alright, so that is all the skeletons. So it goes back to... So actually it's just you guys, then skeletons. So you can go in whatever order you'd like, actually.
I would like
You
to
want.
hit this guy.
You can do it!
So Akul, or we just keep the initiative one the same thing. That's why I changed it up. So Akul, you're up next. Oh. Okay, well, go ahead. Go
I
then.
think it's him.
Yeah, it's
skeletons.
Akul, Jessup, Feather, then the skeletons.
Okay.
Guess I forgot yours again.
So I will not. Actually, I will teleport to just the other side of this guy again.
Okay.
Ooh. 16.
16 does miss.
Then I take
That
the
was
second
the-
attack.
That was the bonus. Oh yeah, yes, the second attack. No flurry
Oh,
of blows
crit.
this time. But a crit, so makes up
Yeah.
for it.
Sweet.
I switch the spear. So it's double that. Wow. 16. 21 damage.
21 damage. Dang old dang. Okay, Skeleton 2 is looking rough. Skeleton 3 is a little bit damaged. And then it goes to Akul and Feather next. Or Akul and Jessup. Damn it.
We haven't played for a month and a half. You forget our names.
25.
25 and 28 both hit. Might be able to finish this guy off with this one.
Oh,
so
yeah.
high rolls.
17.
17 damage.
Oh, yeah. Nice, 15.
Okay, you have slain Skeleton 2. So, for the sake of convenience, you all triple team the last skeleton, smash it to bits without too much more difficulty. Yeah, you can describe it how you'd like, or we can just move on. You guys have
I would like to steal all these. Take all these helps with the jewels.
I would say
If they're not
as they die, most of the gems turn to dust, but you're still able to gather up about 300 gold pieces worth
I
of.
just want a pretty skull.
Of gems.
300.
Just want a pretty skull for keeping. Okay, yeah, you're able to salvage
Oh,
a nice little heirloom.
Okay.
all right.
So we always remember
I
this
was
day,
gonna put
guys.
the bones back in their caskets.
It's in the bag of holding today.
So, the chamber beyond it is very simple with only a.
Before we pass on, Akul sits down and does a little ritual for them to eventually be freed from their undead state and they can continue on their journey of death.
That is totally fair enough. So,
That's bad.
bones are gathered together. You take a moment and pray for them for their journey to the next life.
To the great.
To the yes.
To what?
The great. Past the great wall.
Great.
And in the following chamber, then, very simple, just carved out little room, but hanging on one of the walls is a white cloth. It looks sort of moth-eaten, a few holes here and there in it. And in the center of it is embroidered a moon and a bleeding hatchet-style axe. This is what they sent you to retrieve.
Can I take it and fold it up gently?
Yes.
All right.
There's nothing else in the room. This was literally just built to house this one item. So you're able to make your way back down. I'd say, all in all, it took maybe a couple hours to climb up to the spot, kill the skeletons, and get back. So having started early day, I'd say it's getting to be close to early evening now. And and you return the shroud to Armok, who is delighted. He says, "Oh my gosh, this is the last piece. If you'd like, you could sit and view the final ceremony, where we will finally lay Saloon to rest once and for all."
I would like that very much, thank you.
So in the room, you can see a stone altar with glowing crystals on each corner. The whole room is lined with torches, and the ceiling has been opened up to let in the starlight. The torches, they glow green, then blue, then red, then pink, always changing colors. Changing colors as the Doom Guide's chanting swells to as loud as you can possibly stand to hear. Which of you would like to have the honor of laying down the shroud?
I would
I'll
if
give it to you.
Alright.
I don't
As
know how much.
the table, the altar is empty, but
I will do this as my shifted form. I will shift for this.
okay. So you make your way, and you can hear the warbling sounds echoing off the walls back towards you. 100 different languages being chanted at once: Elven, Sylvan, ancient tongues that have not been spoken for thousands of years. The lights have an intoxicating effect on all of you, really, in the room. But the Doom Guides are very laser focused on their specific part of this. As you lay down the cloth over the altar, it lays as there is the shape of a woman underneath, where there once was nothing. Crash.
Sign.
That is the only artwork I have of Jessa.
You recognize the shape of the woman as being the body of Saloon. And as you finish, the edges of the shroud begin to smoke and flame and eventually alight themselves into a bright green flame, consuming the entire shroud in a matter of a minute or two, I guess, as it slowly burns its way to the center. A bright light emanates. The smoke from Saloon's shroud rises up past the roof line. And as the smoke finally ends, the ceremony ends. The Doom Chanters, the Doom Guides, lower the volume of their chanting until it's just a murmur, and then, as if on cue, stops.
Jessa would let out, as the thing's burning away, Jessa would let out a really long howl.
The howl reverberates through the walls all the way up to the roof. Outside, you can see what looks to be like a faint light shadow of a moon, but it disappears as quickly as it was shown. And the ceremony, the funeral for Saloon, is over. We thank you very much for the assistance, Akul. And we feel that you're ready to join the ranks of the Doom Guides, if you wish.
I have had this offer before, Armak, and you know that my journey is not done yet.
Fair enough, but as soon as you see fit to end your journey, know that you have a place here with us if you like. A life of quiet contemplation, but there's some adventure thrown in the mix as well.
You know.
Well, our work here is done now. You can stay at the temple if you'd like. We just need to clean up in here and prepare for the next funerals for tomorrow. But you can also return to Waterdeep if you'd like as well. I bid you all adieu. Thank you so much for your help. And they kind of shoo you guys out of the chamber, basically, where they are picking up the pieces from Saloon's funeral.
Shall we take our break here?
Yeah, sure. Nice. So there we go.
Cool.
Catch us next time on Dice, Nerds, and Nagas.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Dice Nerds Nagas. We're on Facebook too, and we'll be back on SoundCloud shortly once I make the payment. Yes, if you want to just listen to us instead of watching our beautiful faces, you can on SoundCloud.
And don't forget to smush that like button.
And subscribe. We know people love subscribing.
Alright.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.